The Japanese are planning something bigger.
So what's the target?
We believe it's Midway.
Washington disagrees.
Washington is wrong.
Your characters are very passionate about what they're doing. Talk about their passion.
General Bull Halsey, he basically created the war between aircraft carriers as an instrument of war. You know, he was one of the, I get the point of the spear as far as the engagement with that. The Battle of Midway was the first battle fought between aircraft carriers, really.
And Leighton, being an intelligence officer and had studied in Japan and was an attaché in Japan and knew Yamamoto, and so he had a very personal relationship with Japan, had a great amount of respect for the culture, and even knew when it was coming time, he was going to do whatever he could to win his war, but he also really wore the scars of Pearl Harbor, because he, without getting too deep into it, this was a guy that intelligence was such a new concept then, and there was a huge disconnect between what was going on in the Pacific Fleet here in Pearl Harbor and Washington. Shocker, I'm sure. And so that breakdown in communication between the two, it frustrated him to no end, and so Pearl Harbor became just the most frustrating personal moment for him. Even though he shouldn't be personally responsible, he felt that. So Midway became very personal vendetta that he had to right his wrongs.
Well, I like that because one scene, I can't remember the exact line, but it was really beautiful because he was basically saying he, cared for every soul, every man that was there, and he wanted to help protect them, no matter how many hours it took him at night, no matter,
Oh, right. Well, I think that's what the movie does, is that, you show these men that all had their own issues, health-related or intelligence-related, whatever it was. These were men that knew the cost of the decisions they were making on both sides, and they had a great responsibility, and they both, they wore that bravery, and that was something that I think Roland does very well, is showing very real people in these situations, because it's hard to find those kind of men these days.
Yeah, it showed their home life and their work life. And can you talk about the concept of courage in the movie?
Well, I think the concept of courage, just in general, is being frightened of something, the fear of, and then going ahead and doing it anyway. Blind courage is another thing, but true courage is,
that's so true.
Really being about to pee your pants, but you go ahead and do it anyway. And they were fighting for each other. His character and my character, the lives you knew were going to be lost. You were trying to save as many as you could at the same time, because you knew all these people.
Yeah.
And the Japanese Navy was a formidable opponent, to say the least. And so, and I think they knew that. This was not, I don't know what we're fighting. They knew exactly what they were getting into.
Well, they practiced Pearl Harbor for 2 years before they carried it out. They built an entire replica of it in the South China Sea.
They would practice their runs. They would go back and forth. Even that year, from May till I think July of '41, they were going back and forth. The Japanese were and practicing these moves on the way.
They were completely focused on it. What about teenagers seeing this movie? Why is that important?
Well, it's besides being about history and being a lesson, it's not a classroom or something. It's a chance to really see your grandparents, your great-grandparents, and what they went through when they were growing up, when they were teenagers. Because most of these boys that fought World War II, some of them were 16 and 17 because they were wanting to get in there so bad to serve their country that they lied about their age. And they'd come out of the Depression. It's to see what that generation went through.
You'll remember this moment for the rest of your life.